Welcome to Dr. Oman's show. We're going to discuss today about coping with grief and loss. Grief is a normal and natural emotional reaction to loss or a change of any kind in one's life. So it cannot, grief is neither a pathological condition or any personality disorder. Loss is an inevitable part of our life, and the grief is a natural part of the healing process. There are many reasons for grief. We can get grief in many ways in our life. So we meet, there is nothing we can say that we cannot have loss. There are many different types of loss. Feeling of loss are very personal, and only you know what is significance to you. People commonly associate certain losses with very strong feelings of grief. This would include a loss of a very close friend, a loss of a family member, more especially a child, death of a partner, death of a classmate or a colleague, serious illness of a loved one, relationship breakup. So all of these are the types of loss. So dealing with major loss, like that one, the death of a loved one, is very, very difficult. Your reactions are influenced by circumstances of death, particularly when it is sudden or accidental. That makes it even much different. When it is accidental, it's hard than when it is long, like somebody who goes through a long illness. Particularly, a child's death. You know, there is a saying which says that it is natural when children bury their parents, but it's quite unnatural when parents bury their children. You know, this one arouses an overwhelming sense of injustice. You know, for a loss of a potential and fulfilled dreams and senseless suffering. You know, a child is a letter you have, which will go to the world where you will be. A child is potential, so it becomes how parents may feel responsible for the child's death, no matter how irrational that may be. Parents will feel bad because when a parent loses a child, it evokes some emotions. What the child could have been, the many dreams, and this will cause a lot of various responses from a parent, which is very hard to come. First, a shock. After the death and the loss of a child, you may initially feel very numb, which is your mind's way of shielding you from the pain. You will be in denial. Your child can't be dead. You expected to see your son or daughter walk through the door, or to hear a cry of a baby monitor, something like that. After the death and loss of a child, your mind may center on what if. Such things will come. Confusion after the death and loss of a child, your memory may become clouded. You may find yourself driving and not remembering where you are going, actually, for sure, because your mind is trying to process such a huge shock. So such like things happens. Your memory, you feel like it doesn't function very well. You may question your sanity. These things will come. You will feel at times confused. That's true. That's part of grief. Some parents may feel guilty. This is a common response with the death of a child. Parents often mentally replay their actions prior to the death, and they wonder what they could have done differently. You will feel powerlessness anger. You lose hope because your child was your hope. You were seeing potential. So in such, the death of a child is one of the most emotional thing because of the dreams lost and many other things. So it may not be that easy to come out from that. Other major losses may include a death of a spouse, a loss due to suicide. Some of those bring also grief. Elizabeth Rose Cooper, in his book and about dying, he gave 5 stages of grief. There are 5 stages of grief. You will start with denial, you will feel anger, you will start bargaining, you will have depression, and then you will come to acceptance. It might not be all those stages that they come at the same time, but normally that's how they go. You are in denial, you feel angry, you bargain, you are depressed, then you come to acceptance. But sometimes you can jump from denial to bargaining, from bargaining to anger, whatever. But those are the stages. So grief, it doesn't occur in a linear way. All of those would come in any way, but those are the process. So what does it, how do you cope with grief? So in this, there are some of the things you will have to live with. Seek out caring people. You know, it differs from one community to another. I know, like, from the community I come, is that people always will come together to comfort you, to listen to you, to talk to you. That is one of our strong culture of belief we have, that you have to reach the people. So when you are surrounded by close friends, close family friends, at the time of loss, is a good way to talk and get out of that grief. Grief would be devastating. And it's good to express your feelings. Tell others how you are feeling. It will help you to work through the grieving process. Talk, even remember the memories of the lost one. You should also take care of your health, maintain regular contact with your family physician, and eat well, exercise. Try to keep yourself in that to get out of it. Because grief is hard. Accept that life is for the living. It takes effort to begin to live again in the present and not dwell on the past. Because at times it will pull you back. But it takes time. You don't just brush up. Sometimes if you brush up, if you want to mourn, if you want to cry, cry. It's it's therapy. To cry is a good way of relieving some stress. Postpone major life changes. Try to hold off on making any major changes, like moving, changing jobs, or getting another child, because you have to grieve first. And you have to be patient. It can take months or even years to absorb a major loss and accept your changed life. Try to stay positive. Try to be close to the people who matter. That is how you can come out of that, and seek outside help when necessary, like professional. If your grief seems like it's too much to bear, seek professional assistance to help you through your grief. It is a sign of strength, not weakness, to seek help. Because at times, even when those feelings come, if you know, you can call a close friend or a family friend to talk to. And it's always good, like when people call you, they are going through that, don't judge them. They are grieving. Give them an understanding here. Listen. That is how. So for those, if someone you care about has lost a loved one, you can help them through the grieving process. Share their sorrow. Listen, allow them, even encourage them to talk about their feelings of loss and share memories of the deceased. That is even what the story in Job says. His friends came there, they sat with Job without talking for 7 days. Don't offer false comfort. It doesn't help the grieving person when you say, it was for the best. You will get over it, or you will get another child. You have other children. No, you don't understand. Those children are unique. So, don't be quick to talk. When somebody is explaining you is going through a loss and you are cutting, you're saying, no, you have all the answers. You don't have the answers. Sometimes the grieving person only needs someone to listen to him, not to talk. Or practical help. I mean, you can help in cooking, running errands for the person, cutting the grass, whatever you can do. That is help. You can be patient. Remember that it can take a long time to recover from a major loss. Make yourself available to talk. And you can also encourage somebody to go and seek for professional help. Because it does not take the linear process. And it all depends on which culture you're coming from. Your cultural background can affect how you understand and approach the grief process. Some cultures anticipate a time to grieve and have developed rituals to help people through the grief process. Grief rituals and ceremonies acknowledge the pain of loss while you are offering social support and the affirmation. So you cannot say how this culture does and how the other does. So every culture you will have to understand. If you have friends from different cultures, you may need to get someone to get acquainted to how their culture works through grief. You may not be aware of how your own culture background affects your grief process too. Talking with family, friends, or clergy is one way to strengthen your awareness of possible cultural influences in your life. Friends and family may be able to help you generate ideas to create your own rituals. So all those things, it comes, but you always have to know at the end of the tunnel there is light. So wherever what you are going through, just understand that it's temporary, and you can go through it if you stay positive in your life. So it's always good to stay positive and make yourself useful. Keep yourself busy, because